So we started today's delicious recipe by making a pie crust using Wonderworks keto cocoa cereal. This stuff is awesome. I've used about half a bag, then added in a stick of melted butter after I put that cereal in the food processor and then made our crust. Now we are taking 4 cups of milk and I'm adding in 2 packets of banana pudding. Now I use sugar-free. You can use whichever you want. I like to cut that sugar and those calories as much as I can. So I used sugar-free and a Fairlife milk, and now just whisking it until it gets nice and thick. Then from here, where I'm going to set this aside, and then it's time to bring back in that pie crust. I had that in the fridge just to get it to solidify a little bit faster. Now we want to get out our spatula and just pour this right on over that tasty, tasty pie crust. This is going to come out nice. We want to get this done before it starts to thicken up too much. Let's try and get every last drop. I know I do not like to waste this. I hope you don't either. And the stuff tastes so good. I cannot waste a bite. I might have to lick the spatula later on when no one's watching, but don't tell anyone, okay? All right, so let's get it all out of the bowl and then set this bowl aside. Can't wait to get that thing cleaned up. I hate having those dirty dishes around. All right, so let's smooth this banana pudding. Be careful. Right over top of that crust. It's looking so awesome already. Look how smooth this has come together. Look at that beautiful yellow. You can just smell the banana in there. I can't wait to try this out. All right, so we got to put that in the fridge. Now on to the next step. We're using True Whip Keto Whipped Cream. This stuff has 1 gram of carb per serving, which I really like, and no hydrogenated oils like Cool Whip. But you can use Cool Whip too if you prefer. Use whatever you like to make the recipe your own and taste best to you. I'm using half of that container of Keto True. Let's get it all off there. Don't want to waste a single drop of this precious stuff. It tastes so good. Don't want to lose it. Let me wipe off my finger real quick before we get back to work. All right, so now I'm bringing in a large family size box of chocolate Jello pudding. So this is sugar-free as well. Again, if you don't like the sugar-free, I totally get it. You can use regular. I'm just trying to cut those sugar calories down. Now we need to add some milk to this. So we got half a container of that whipped cream. And when we're gonna use about a cup and a half. You can go 2 cups if you want a little bit more. If you don't want it quite as thick, I went about a cup and a half of milk. And then let's get that whisk back out and get to work whisking this up. We want to whisk it until it starts to thicken and get a little bit more solid. Let's get going, get it all off the edge, and look at that, beautiful, coming together just how we like it. All right, so now let's bring back in our banana pudding and that banana casserole. Time to get the chocolate pudding mix. That's going to be a little bit fluffier than our banana mix because it's got that whipped cream in there too. And let's just carefully spread it out nicely and evenly. Put a few spoonfuls across each part of our casserole. So evenly, be careful. And we're going to get every drop of this too. We don't want to waste it. Either we want to put it in the pie or we want to taste it. We do not want to waste it. Oh, look at that, a rhyme. A kitchen rhyme. Okay, so we're almost there. Almost got it all out of here. We're going to get there real quick. It's coming down to the last little bit. I'm going to make sure we really clean out this bowl. No leftovers, nothing left behind. Hey, and then it'll make it easier to do the dishes afterwards, right? All right, so let me get my spatula, get that spoon cleaned off. Maybe I'll leave a little bit for a taste test after we set that spoon aside. Let's see. Yeah, there's still enough on there for a taste test. Very good. Chef's got to try his work, make sure it tastes good, right? Okay, so now let's take that spatula, get it all spread out. We're going to speed this up and cut. Look at that. Awesome. So we got it all spread out right on top. Now we got 3 layers going here. We got the cocoa crust, we got the banana pudding, and we got the chocolate fluffier pudding with that whipped cream in there. And now, wouldn't be a banana casserole without some fresh sliced bananas. So we want to go ahead and put these in rows. I'm going to go across, and I've got 3 bananas sliced up here ready to go. So I'm going to be a little bit more sparing when we start. Then as we get to the finish, I can go ahead and start using more to make sure we get this totally covered just a little bit longer, then we're gonna skip to the end. All right, so here we go. Just a few pieces left. We got this thing pretty well covered. So every piece gets a few bites of delicious, nutritious banana. Awesome. So now next up, we got to bring in my favorite part, some peanut butter. Now I put this in this little cup and then heat it up in the microwave just long enough to make sure it gets nice and liquefied. That's going to help to make it easier to drizzle it over top of our pie. Now I'm trying to get one line across each of those rows or columns of banana, just to make sure there's lots of peanut butter on every bite of banana and chocolate in there. I really love this peanut butter, and it's such an amazing combination. Now we're at the end. We got our lattice work going. One last thick line of peanut butter. Wow, isn't that great? It turned out so awesome, better than I expected. I would love to give it a try, but I gotta save it for my guests. I hope you give this a shot too. I know you'll love it.